When you play big chords, do your hands ache? Do your shoulders ache? Do you lose accuracy in them? Do you have problems moving from one to the next? And if so, it's probably not your fingers. It's probably here and actually up into your big muscles in your arms. And that's what we're going to work on today. The last two videos have worked on just learning to roll the wrist and learning how to release at the wrist and using the big muscles to move our arm up and down and move our arm side to side. Now, when we play big chords, we need a little bit more release than that. In this demonstration, you'll know this prelude, but we've got to have more of a release someplace than just the up and down. That's not going to give us enough. Here it is, tight, tense. What we need to do, and we do this more than just big chords, but big chords for sure, is we've got our big one. We roll and we roll. Did you see it? At the end, it's not just a down up, but we actually start putting in a half of a wrist circle. So if this is the chord, this is the notes, we play, we drop our wrist, and at this point here, our elbow helps. It moves out about an inch. See how my wrist has just come out just a tiny bit? And that gives us that extra release. It sends all of that extra energy escaping out, and then we roll back up. Down, around, roll. Down, around, roll. And so you can play your big chords, around, roll. Down, around, roll. Down, around, roll. So the next step to playing those big chords though, because again, if we're sitting straight and even if we're doing the down, around, roll, we don't have the energy, we're still pushing. We're not dropping because everything that is strong, everything that gives us energy, the weight to play those big chords is all just kind of going out the top of our head. If you think for a second, your hand, your fingers, they weigh a certain amount. Your hand weighs more. Your arm weighs more. When your body weighs even more. So when we play a big chord, let's use all the weight that we have. And it's literally almost a free fall into the keys, and then we do the release up. So it's, and the only thing that's keeping me from crashing down on the floor is my fingers. Round fingers are strong, they can take it. These fingers have trouble, okay? I can feel that already in my hand. So we roll, we lean in, we bring all of our weight up and we send it into the keys, boom. And then we roll and we release. And we're down and around and release. No, not all chords are large. This is practicing the large chords this week. Next week we'll move it a little bit farther. But so here you've got all of them. Down, roll, release. Down, roll, release. And it's not going to be necessarily on every chord, but this is a very slow piece. A lot of times we'll have chords, and then the big release, the arm release, the total release will come at the end of that chord passage. So this week, practice your chords, try to really get into that, and you should be able to play the big and then roll up and out, and you should be able to just keep doing that. And there should be no tension, no tightness. Your arms, even if here everything's engaged, by this point you've let go. We've gone over the floating arm, we've used it on finger passages, we've now used it on big chords. Next week we're putting it all together and look at how that release can actually affect our artistry, how our artistry can improve in using this freeness that we have with the flexible loose wrist and floating arm. So hit subscribe so that you don't miss it, and we will see you next week. Bye.